Guys, I am waiting. For some reason, the original live was giving me trouble, and I'm trying to get people that are over here into the other live, although I don't even see the live that we're in when I Google. So it's confusing. And I had it scheduled. Let me close everything first of all. I had it scheduled, tried to put my camera backwards so that I could record so that the text is correct. And it opened and closed the original one, but it's still saying that it's open, but it's not. It told me it was finished. So I am confused. So I can't even get out of here. If I do a search for Teaquilts Live, YouTube is getting on my nerves, basically. So hopefully people will come over to this live chat. All right. So sorry about the confusion. I tried to turn my iPad around so that I was recording from my front-facing camera, and I put it on the stand. I made sure I held it on the edges so it wouldn't do anything. It never came live on my end. Told me when I went back to look at it, took it back by the edges, and then it told me it was finished. Like it had done the recording for like whatever number of seconds it was sitting there, and it was finished. So it's very frustrating that YouTube has changed or changing stuff that wasn't broken and making stuff broke, because it's very difficult to show you text and things that you need to see the correct way. So I was trying to reverse my camera so that I could do that, even though that meant I wouldn't be able to see what was recording. It was going to be more difficult for me, but I was going to do that anyway, and that's not even working. Okay, so it knocked me completely out. So just apologize to the people that are coming over here later than norm. Let's see, I've just closed live chat so that I can restart it and get the filters so that I can, because it never works either right out the gate. So I can see all messages. All right. And we probably still got, I don't know if Darcy made it over. Yeah, so T is here. Darcy is here, not T is here. So yeah, so thank you, Darcy, for coming over. I saw she was over in the other room. I was trying to let them know that there's an error over there. Let's see. I just don't want to. So C-Rex is here. Ray Mahone's here. Shelly is here. Quilt Gal, Brenda Foley, Michelle the Quilter, Janice Miller, Melinda C, Lisette Zayas, Phyllis G, Sheila Willis, Tracy Middlebrook. Darcy is reminding you all to hit the thumbs up button. Also, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please subscribe. And also join us over on Facebook with Teaquilts LLC. Make sure that you answer the 4 questions so that you gain admission as well. And Harriet Susan Franklin is here. Adjust a Creative Space. Right, I'm so sick of YouTube right now. Kevin the Quilter is here. He's taking care of chickens. Talking about, let's see how many people I can block or put in timeout tonight. Hey, Cynthia Shade, Vivian Calvey, Claudette Hall. Says we are having a heck of a thunderstorm and lightning in southern Maryland. Hope everything goes well for you all. I saw where it is just devastation on top of devastation in Texas. So it's just bad right now. Benita Nance is here. Holly Duvall. Francis Jackson. Betty Ward. Let's see. Deborah Sims Brown. Diane McCoy. Melina Montoya. Sandy Panagas, you made it over. Thank you. It's at her first live and it's acting up. I am so sick of YouTube right now. I'm trying to work around YouTube's messing up our programming and trying to turn the camera, and it won't even let me turn the camera. And I'm looking at, I've got black smudge marks up here, and I don't know where that come from. I haven't had any. Well, I had these things up here, but I didn't even stamp. So I don't know where those black marks on my Juki came from. Anyway, today I'm not doing any sewing. I'm just here to talk. I want to talk a little bit about retreat. I do have retreat dates for 2026. I mentioned them last Saturday because Sue was trying to get her count so she know what date it was. I finally, just a few hours ago, like a couple hours ago, just got the contract from Mercy. And this is the first time that I have not gotten a contract for the next year in January. So this contract is 6 months late. And it has gone up, of course. That's, anytime something's being held up, you just know that it's going to go up. So I have not had a chance to look at, I wrote some numbers for what 2024 rates were, but I haven't had a chance to sit down and figure out how much more that is in conjunction with this rate here. So I have to sit down and figure that out so that I can figure out pricing. And, then knowing that I've got to also add on for all the incidentals, including like the chartered bus trip, things like that. So like in this year, I'm adding in for t-shirts so I don't have to deal with that. Collecting that money later, all of that's going to be billed into your total retreat cost. You just let me know what size shirt you are. I'm just going to do an average pricing. I'm going to price all the shirts and do an average pricing on the shirts, and then that's what we're going to pay for shirts. I just need to sit down and do all of that. So I haven't had a chance to do that because that's all new for me. I don't normally price that way. You normally add your shirts on afterwards. But I'm finding that some people are now ordering their shirts when they first fill out the registration form so that I can get it all taken care of early. They're kind of waiting until like the month or two before retreat, and it's like I got so many other things that I'm doing, and now I'm collecting money for shirts. So I'm going to get as much money collected in advance as I can. Also putting down sewing machine rentals. All of that's going to be included. When you start registering, you select what it is that you need. Your shirt's going to be automatically included in retreat costs, so you just put your size down. If you want a 2024 shirt or a 2025 shirt, then you can add that in. That will be added in, and then that'll be your total retreat cost. The only, what would you be paying? I can't think of anything right now that you would have to pay at retreat if I put it all on the registration form early. Right now, today is the last day for me to take orders for special t-shirts, Teaquilts, gear shirts, or your state quilter shirts. I sent out an email to the people that had said at retreat that they wanted a shirt, that I didn't see their emails. So I sent it out to the 2024 retreat people. I will make shirts again. It's just that I won't be making shirts for like a couple of months because I'm going to start getting into long arm quilting. I got some long arm quilting I got to do. So I'm designing all the shirts now in my software, and I use Silhouette. I guess that's what they call Cameo software. So I'm making all the shirts now. So today is the last day if you need to order a specialty shirt, unless, it's going to be like next quarter. It'll be after October before I make any more specialty shirts. So I'm doing all of that design work. Let's talk about retreat in general. I'm just gonna say this, and I don't really want to go too involved, but you all need to know, because it comes back as a reflection on Teaquilts. I've thought about this, trying to figure out. I'm not gonna put all the information out, but you do need to know that I have heard from Palatine Renewal Center, the operating officer came into the cafeteria announcing that they were going to give 50% refunds to everybody at retreat, and that is not what they have done. And I knew that. That's why I didn't say one word about it. I never told you were going to get half or whatever I paid that retreat center back. It's nowhere near that. Matter of fact, they only gave that to the people that were in my original contract before I made any changes. I even tried to pay my contract in full in December, but they're not even including all the people that attended retreat. Only what my first original contract was. And then they made me go up, so I had a second contract because I wanted both rooms. And then I had more people than the contract included, and they're only including people from my first contract. So I am trying to get a hold of the board president for, I guess, the whatever Catholic group this is, over, what the board is. I have contacted her because I figured out where her actual office may be located. I'm not sure, because Catholic organizations, you're kind of stationed all over. You have a job, but then your office is somewhere else. But at least I found out how to contact her through her other job. And I haven't heard anything back from her. So I'm not going to sit down and type a 2-page information with all the details if it's not going to actually go anywhere. So if she doesn't respond back to me, it's just going to be what it is. And if she does, then I'll put in a complaint about all the things, because I'm figuring like this: if the board president does not respond, that to me says a lot about the organization. And I contacted early this morning and haven't heard anything back today. I sent my email as well as my phone number, and I haven't gotten anything back. That's not to say she could be on vacation, but right now this is at a stalemate until I can get some more information, because what was promised to you all as a group, when she should have said that just to me, I feel, then you all wouldn't be in a situation where some of you all have said you're not even looking for a refund. And I really appreciate that, because that does help some. But a lot of you all are looking for money back. And right now, it's just not what they promised. And it's got all these real, the way it's been refunded, it's the least amount that I could possibly get. And then it doesn't even include 11 people or anybody that had a single room. Okay. So, yeah. So I feel like it's kind of janky. And yesterday when I received it, it was dated July 1st, but I received it yesterday on July 8th, and I'm right down the street from them. So at max, it should have been 2 days for me to receive it. So I did make sure that I put the date that I received it on there. And, yeah, it's just, something else that I've got to deal with that I really don't want to deal with. I really don't care because I don't feel like anybody needs a refund. The only thing that I would like to see different is that I would like to see the facility have some contingency plans, some standard operating procedures in place when something like this happens again. That's what I would like to see. I feel like acts of nature, I don't feel like anybody should be getting any refund. That's just my personal opinion. However, I do think that some things need to be changed. And I just sat back to wait and see how they were going to handle this. And I think it's really shady for a Christian organization for the letter that I got on how they're going to reimburse back on these rooms. And then she tells you all that she's going to give, and like I said, I'm not getting into total details, but she's going to give you all half. And then in the paragraph of the letters tells me that I can distribute this money however I see fit. Which means I could technically not give you all anything. But you walked into a room and stated that you were giving people back 50%. And that's not true. And I don't feel like fighting other people's battles. And if this lady doesn't respond to my emails, then I'm just going to leave it as is and reverse exactly what I got. And that's just going to be it. I don't want to hear from anybody about what amount you get. I will be sending more money to the people that had single rooms because they paid more money. And that's just gonna be it. I don't feel like fighting someone else's fight. I don't feel like this is my fight. My fight is, if I'm there again, I want some contingency plans in place for me to do that. So that's what I'm fighting for. Let me go back up here and see if I have any comments up here. Lisette says that the storm is coming her way to flood watch. So be careful, because we don't have that here and a tornado. So we've got hit twice in Missouri, and I see Texas is horrible. I think they were saying that it was right now over 118 deaths, and they still haven't, everybody isn't accounted for. So I feel really terrible for people in Texas right now. So just pray everybody's family as well. Hi, Don Cunningham. I don't know where I left off, guys. Francis is saying that she's got a crown. Girl, YouTube don't throw out these crowns. I think it's just for people that comment. But to me, if that's the case, all of you all should have crowns, because it's the same people in here every week, every time I go live. So I don't understand. So if you don't have a crown, I do know when I read your names who all are in my chats. I do know who you are. So, yeah. Hey, June Hansen and Dorothy Battle. Betsy Layton. Oh, she's sitting in the heat at the Muni. Yeah, that's pretty cool, though. I haven't been to the Muni in so long. Peggy O'Connor is here. I heard your explanation about the new angle. It makes me feel a bit backwards. I'm sure I'll get used to it. Yeah, it is so weird. And like nothing was wrong with that. Like, why would YouTube change that? And then they didn't even tell anybody. And I didn't know until I went to go back and watch a video, and I go, my shirt's backwards. Because as I'm looking at it, things look right to me. So yeah, I had no idea that it was backwards until I'm watching on something else. So yeah, really a pain in the butt, YouTube. Zandra is in here, Joyce Sterling, Lana Dean. Just reading some of the chats. This is our chat night, so it's not the so night. Ingrid saying that she's not looking for a refund. That'll help, because it's ridiculous what they sent me, okay? And I've calculated what it should be. And like I said, I'm not even getting into numbers, because it's absolutely ridiculous what it should be and what they sent me. Anita Scott's here. Minnie Dula. Helena Carter. Thank you. I got some birthday gifts from people yesterday. I haven't, or today. I can't remember if it was yesterday or today. It's been too much going on, y'all. Because I did call the director about the letter that I got, because they calculated way different than I did. So I was trying to understand how they calculated, because they didn't put all the details in. Like, I have Excel sheets and I know my stuff is right, because all I got to do is put the number in once, and then it's going to do the multiplications. And I know I had 41 people. I know I had 19 singles and 22 doubles. So I already knew my numbers was right, but the way they did it, it was just jacked up. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you, they made it so that it was the least amount that they could refund anybody. So my brain is shot because I've been dealing with numbers all day, and I haven't done that in a long time. But, and then, like I said, trying to find board members that I can get contact information for on a lot of these Catholic sites. They do not have personal contact information. No phone numbers, no emails. You've got to go through the organization's generic email on the screen, where you type in your stuff and pray that your email gets to the appropriate person. So, yeah, so I'm not going to do any more until I know that I can contact them, because I can send a letter to Palatine, and it'd be for the board member, but that doesn't mean that board member will get it. You understand what I'm saying? Because they have no incentive for your mail to get where it needs to go. I need an address other than Palatine to send my complaint into. So, yeah. Hi, Catherine Hansen from Denmark. Says she's hope everyone's doing great. Hey, T. Edwards. Deborah Holloway is here. I think I said her name. I'm not sure. Linda Williams in the chat. And then Remo JS. So, yeah. So, that's what's going on with Palatine. I need to, in order to secure these dates with Mercy, I need to put down a 25% deposit. For some reason, they got me down for 37 people, although we can't even fit 37 people in the room. And they want non-refundable deposit again within 21 days. But I've been waiting all year for prices, so I couldn't give you all prices. So I will sit down, try to figure out these prices. I do have a list. Now remember that this is the 2024 retreat. It's the even year. So when I send out this registration form, I'm going to put it on Facebook. I'll upload it to Facebook because it's going to be a PDF. I cannot upload a PDF to YouTube. And then also I will try to send it out from the Teaquilts News at yahoo.com. So if you're not subscribed to the newsletter over at Teaquilts News at yahoo.com, you will not get this email. Now, you all need to know that the even number year people who have attended in 2022 and 2024, a lot of them are the same people right now. If I'm just looking at names of people that, well, I had like 28 people in 2022, had 32, but I have 27 people that I feel might come back to retreat. Now, that would leave me, if I do 32, that will leave me 5. But if I do 34, that will leave me 7 people that can attend. Now, I'm only giving them, when I send out the registration form and you in 2022 and 2024, I'm only giving you 1 week to notify me that you're coming or not. And then you need to also mail in your registrations. There will be no photocopies of the registration forms accepted this year. And that's because I'm adding in some rules and just etiquette. Things of etiquette that needs to be followed when you're at a Teaquilts retreat. So there will be no copies accepted because I want to make sure that you have signed and I have a legal signature So if something happens at retreat and you're asked to not do something or asked to leave, that I've got proof of you signing off on these rules and things like that. Like I said, don't let the rules scare you, because if you are a person that's considerate, know how to give grace, um, communicate well with others, don't do the things that are against the rules, that the facility rules or the Teaquilts rules, then you'll be just fine at retreat. I haven't had any problems. When people start making rules, putting stuff in writing, it's because people are making them put things in writing. If you see a sign that says do not put children on counter, that means somebody has put their child up on the counter, okay? So keep all of that in mind when you read these rules that you're going to sign off on. I haven't had major issues at retreat. I just want to make sure that when people come to retreat, you're traveling to retreat. Nobody wants to come to retreat to discuss politics. Nobody wants to come to retreat to get upset. Nobody comes to retreat to be digged and poked at. I just want to make sure that anybody that's coming to a Teaquilts retreat, because you have already gone out of your way to travel here to do that, I want to make sure that you have a great retreat experience. And I don't want any one person digging at you or bullying you at retreat. And if it does happen, come and let me know, because most people don't let me know. I find out from somebody else, okay? So, if it continues, certain people are not going to be invited back. Even if they sign up, they won't be registered for Teaquilts retreat. And I'm not going to go. If you've been breaking rules, you know who you are. And if you continue to break the rules, the next time we have sign up, you won't be signed up. Your money will be refunded to you. And I hate that I have to do that, but I have to protect the people who are at retreat. Not everybody. I'm one of those people that I can take a lot. And then when I get tired of taking, I start snapping back. And I don't want to do that at retreat, because that's not why I am hosting these retreats. But there are some people that are meek. They won't speak up for themselves. And those are the people that I'm trying to protect. I don't care what you do to me, because you can't hurt my feelings. I don't care. But I'm not going to let you hurt somebody else's feelings and have them in a room somewhere crying because somebody has hurt their feelings. I'm not going to have that. And that's just how it's going to be. So when I send these rules out and you feel like you can't abide by these particular rules, then maybe my retreat isn't for you, because these are things that I felt like I didn't even need to put in writing. Okay. So this is new for me too. But again, when you see crazy signs hanging in places, believe you me, somebody has done it. That's why that person has had to put that particular sign up. So when you see retreat rules, you only had one retreat rule previously officially, and then the other retreat rules was the facilities rules. They weren't really mine, but I'm making sure that everybody understands that the rules apply to you. No, you're not exempt from the rules. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're signing up for the Teaquilts retreats. Let me go back up here. Remo is saying no to a refund. I think I have you down. I think I had you and Ingrid down. Hi, Clovis. Welcome. Alana is asking, do you have any open sets? Do I need to email you? I'm hoping that I can get this done tomorrow. The thing is, I'm changing how payments are done. So I've got to sit down and get everything included in the price of retreat. And I was waiting for them to send me the contract, which has increased. And so now I've got to sit down and figure out how much everything's going to cost me. I may have to order t-shirts early so that the price doesn't go up on the t-shirts on me. So I'm going to try not to do that. I'm just going to go in there today. Well, tomorrow, either tonight, because I'm always up middle of the night working on something. I'll try to go in there tonight and get the prices of all shirt sizes, and then just do an average of all the different shirt sizes, because they go up to I think we go up to 4X. I have 1 or 2 people that sometimes need a 4X if they're on the list. And then also I'm trying to order enough t-shirts that I don't have to order the second year. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to do that, and then I'll add that into the shirt price. Add in Tuesday lunch into the price, whether you're there or not, because sometimes people eat the food after the next day anyway. So I'm just gonna add everything in. You can sign up for a sewing machine at the same time if you want 2024 or 2025 shirts. You can add that on. You get your whole total, and then that's what you're going to be basing your payments up on. What your total is, it's going to be divided by 4, accepting 4 payments. So that's what it is. So I am not taking any personal registrations. What I'm going to do is send it out. The 2022, 2024 people have first dibs at the spots. They got 1 week to send their payments in, and then after that, I'm gonna open them up to anybody that's on the list in order of me receiving them. So as I'm receiving your registration forms that you are gonna mail in to my P.O. box, all of that information is on the registration form. I'm not accepting any registration forms via copies. I want original signatures on the registration forms. So when I send this out, I'm going to try to get it up tomorrow. I'm going to work on it tonight so I can start getting all these prices. I got to look at the prices from 2024 to the prices from 2026 that they've gone up, trying to estimate what retreat's going to cost along with charter bus and all the other retreat incidentals, because I don't even have a schedule yet for like what's going to happen. So I really don't know exactly what things are going to cost, like if I'm going to have to pay for an instructor or something like that. So I don't know yet what's happening with that. And I also need to talk with Kevin a little bit about the retreat schedule as well. So I'm going to try to get this out tomorrow. I'm just going to try to estimate retreat prices. I do have the majority of the prices. I know about how much the bus goes up every year. See, we also didn't schedule with them in 2025, so I don't know if it went up in 2025. I just know that it went up from 2024 to 2026, and it also went up, and we were there last in 2022 at Mercy. So yeah, so I have to do that. Hi, Delilah. Cynthia Washington is here saying hi from the DMV. And thank you, Delia says, I agree with everything you're saying. You go to retreat to have fun and a good time. Yes, I found out somebody was in the room crying. I'm like, what in the world? I'm up here just, I'm walking, trying to be in both rooms. I'm also doing a lot, going back and forth home, picking up things that I couldn't bring because we didn't get the U-Haul trailer like we had planned. And then I realized one person's not in their seat, and I'm like, well, where are they? I'm like, did they, and this person I knew, I'm not going to say any name, but this person I knew that if they were unhappy, they're one of those people that will make way to go home. They wouldn't say a word. They would just leave and go home. And I would have never known anything because they're not the type to complain, but they would have gotten themselves out of that situation. And I don't like that. I just don't like it. So it's like, if I have to stand there and read dumb rules to people on day one, that's what I'm going to do. If I have to, tell you how to be an adult on day one, that's what's going to happen at the Teaquilts retreat, guys. Unfortunately. Dorsey says, T, do we have to print these registration forms out ourselves? Yes, you do. I don't know how you're going to get it. I'm not mailing registrations to anybody. I'm going to email you a PDF. You're going to have to print it, fill it out, and send it back to me with an original signature. I don't know how else to do that. That's just how the world works. I am not taking electronic signatures because I don't pay for anything. electronically, and I'm not going to incur another business expense for something that I'm only going to use maybe once a year. So yes, you're going to have to print, and you can print at your Office Depots, FedEx offices, things like that. I'm not going to put all the responsibility on me for things that I'm changing because of other people's behavior. So yes, that's what you're going to have to do. If you don't have a printer at home, you're going to have to, I don't know if that's my husband or somebody else. Hold on. That looked like him. Yeah, that's him. I'm like, he's not saying anything, but he's got this thing going off. He know I'm going to look. So yes, you will have to print these things out. Trying to think, what else do I need to tell you? Do you have any other questions about retreat? I'm really open to questions. I'm not upset with everybody. It's just a little irritating when I have to deal with things that I feel like I shouldn't have to deal with. But I am open to questions, something that I may not have been clear about. That's why I just made this. I didn't want to put in the title that it was just basically going to be discussing retreat, but that's exactly what this is. I had to discuss what I received, and then I had to let you all know, because I don't want anybody going out here and putting on social media that we were promised half back, and this facility did not give me half back. Okay? So just know that. I just like to be upfront. And like I said, I'm not going to put all the details out there because I don't want anybody contacting this facility. You know, again, you're grown adults. You can do whatever you want. But I'm not going to give you any ammunition to use when you start writing to this facility. I am trying to get in touch with a board member. I'm not writing the facility because what's the point? If they're not responding, or if they collect the mail, they can do whatever they want with that mail. I never know if it got to the person or not. So I'm trying to go through a back door. And if I can't get the board person to respond to me or send me an email saying it's okay for you to email me here, I'm not wasting my time typing 2 pages of grievances that I have with your organization. So that's just how it's going to be. Hi, Joe Cormel. Hey, Phyllis G, reminding people to hit the thumbs up. Thank you. uh, uh. Oh, sorry, Joe Cormel. It kicked me out of. I was trying to turn my iPad around so that my print wouldn't be backwards. And lo and behold, it's like YouTube know what you're trying to do, honey. They kicked me out, told me my live was finished, okay? And it would not start up. Hi, Carissa. Thank you for my birthday gift. I'll be talking about that closer to my birthday. I just wrote information down, but I do thank you so much. I just wrote a little list. And it looks like everybody is clear on retreat. T-shirt colors for next year. I asked a group because y'all know I like bright colors and stuff. And so I'm like, let me let somebody else pick some colors, because I picked the last 3 shirts. I tried to get Kevin to pick. He won't pick. And so they picked lime green shirts with, they want a blue lettering. So it could be royal blue, but the thing is, I have to see if they have that color. So let's check that out while we're just sitting here waiting. See what colors. Because I'm not sure if it's going to be royal blue or navy blue, but they want the lime green shirts. So let's see what color ink they have, because they only have so many inks. They might have a light blue, a dark blue. You know, they sometimes don't have everything. So let's see. get started. I'm just acting like I'm making a shirt, but I'm just trying to get in here so I can see the colors. Take off my glasses to make sure I see it right. Okay, we want to add text. And I'm just going to, well, new text is fine. This already comes up with new text. So let's see. They've got a tealy, this is like teal blue. They've got that. They've got, what color do they call that? Let's see. It looks navy to me. It does not look royal. It just disappeared on me. Okay. It doesn't tell me a name. It looks navy. They don't even have the color name on here. All right. So you're not going to be able to read it anyway. But this is what it would look like. I just made the text really big so you could see what the text color would look like on a lime shirt. So it would be this logo on a lime shirt with navy writing. So that's the shirt color for next year. And Sandy says lime with orange. Let me see what that looks like. I don't see color. I wish they would tell us what the color name was, but they don't. Looks kind of neon. Looks like a neon shirt. Hold on, let me make sure I'm reading everybody's comments. Peggy also is letting you all know that most libraries, your public libraries, have free printing. Smart idea to get the rules down just in case, so you know ahead of time. Especially if you know that you've got a deadline for sign up. I have a feeling they got 37 beds, but I can only put 34 people in the room. And those 30, let me see how those beds are configured. I think they're 9 singles. I don't think she put that on here. 9 singles. Let me close this for a minute and go into my mail. Because it wasn't this document. It was another one that she sent me. Because I was asking her about available beds so that I knew whether or not people needed to, if I needed to have people local be commuters. But I think we'll be okay with the 37 beds. Because we've got 9 singles, 2 Jack and Jill, so that's another 4, so that's 13, and then 12 doubles, which is 24 people. So I'll take all 9 singles because a lot of you all like the singles, and I'll make sure that the people that have the singles before get their singles. And then 2 Jack and Jills and 12 doubles. So it'll be 3 extra beds if I go up to 34. And Sandy says she likes bright colors like UT. Actually, lime green with blue is a nice combination. Yeah, I think with the I have my friend, Kevin the quilter, who doesn't really like a whole lot of what he considered to be more girly stuff. So if I'm gonna do certain colors like lime green. I try to either do white or a dark color so that it's not as girly. I think the orange kind of looks more girly with the lime green. So he didn't even like the red with the pink on it, okay? He's okay with the red shirt, but not with the pink lettering, but he wore it. We may never see him in it again other than at retreat, but T, do you have a date for 2026 retreat? Yes. It's July. It's not June. They did not have any openings other than this 1 week all year, because I even looked for September because I'm like, it'll be cooler outside. That'll be great. They had nothing all year except for July 14th through the 19th of 2026. Those are the retreat dates for next year. And I'm going to start looking. I'm going to start going to like some jewelry inns and see what their big rooms look like their conference room, to see if it will hold, say, 40 to 50 quilters. And that's what I'm going to try to navigate towards, is trying to get to a hotel to have the future Teaquilts retreats, because I'm getting a little bit tired of dealing with the retreat centers right now. So I'm going to go get some pricing. Those will be pricing for 2 people in a room. So if one person is in a room, that means that your price is going to double, because when I rent out hotels, I'm renting so many rooms, and then I have to rent them as, I'm going to be renting them as 2 in a room. And then, so let's say I book 20 rooms. I pay for 20 rooms, and then I just charge it back so that 2 people are paying for it at retreat. So that's kind of how the hotel situation works. And then some hotels charge you have to have the meals there, and that's where it gets to be really, really expensive. And so that's what I'm trying to look for, seeing if I can maybe get into something with jewelry where it's not as expensive as the other hotels that I was looking at in the past. T, if you're not going to the retreat, can you still get a shirt? Yes, anybody that's not going to retreat, you can order a shirt. You can always order a shirt. When I put the retreat information out, I'll also put down, if you want to order a shirt, I'll just maybe I'll just go to my website and put it on my website, and then you can just order straight from there. They won't be mailed for a while, but they'll be sitting there, so I'll know that you got the order. But if I do plan to order the t-shirts early. I hate to be stocking them, but I do plan to order them early because I don't want the price to increase on us like it did last year. So I will probably be ordering them early because they did go up last year, and I ordered them early, and then I had to go back and order new shirts this year because I didn't have enough of this shirt for people. And so then I had to reorder again. So then I ended up eating that particular cost. So yeah. So some of your retreat expenses are like hidden things like that you don't see, but it is what it is. You know, every time you look up, you're spending money on a retreat. Kevin is here, sort of, kind of, Carissa. He was out with the chickens. I don't know if he's back in yet or not. Any retreat questions, go ahead and drop them in the comment section. People say they love the color, say that the lime and navy looks good. So I think that's what we're going to go with. Whatever that blue is, it can be, I think royal will still be pretty. And if it's navy, I think it will be pretty too. So I think either one of those will work. And most people saying they like the first one. Yeah. The orange was kind of like neon. It was kind of like, like it should have almost started to glow in the dark then with the lime and the bright orange. Although when you start seeing stuff in print, it just depends on what it is. Sometimes it looks a little different. And Sandy, even she was the one suggested orange and go, wow, that's a little bright. Yeah, and that was the darkest orange they had, because they had a pastel orange, but it wouldn't show up very well on the lime. Remo's reminding you all to hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Joe Carmel, I'm going to hopefully get it out tomorrow. I'm going to try to send an email from teaquiltsnews@yahoo.com. So if you're on that mailing list, you'll get it. I'm also going to try to put it up on the Facebook group, uploading the file. And what you missed is that you've got to mail in your form, because I need a signed signature on your registration form. You can still electronically pay your deposit. Just know that you've got to send that form in, and that's going to be where your number goes as to what number you've signed up for a retreat. So when I receive your form, that's when I'm putting a number on it. You can send your payment, and I'll make sure that it gets documented that I have your payment. But 2022 and 2024 people have first dibs at the retreat for 1 week only. And then after that, if I haven't heard from you, I'm opening it up, and the people who have not attended a retreat ever, send your information in anyway, because I'm putting a number on everything, and it's going to go in the order of how I receive your registration forms. So don't wait a week to send your registration in just because you don't qualify to be first dibs. There are some empty spaces, and I know I got a couple people on here for sure, probably 4 or 5 people on here that may not be able to come. So make sure, if you are interested in attending a retreat, that you get your information in. And if you pay and you're not able to get on the list because it's full, I will refund you your money back. Everybody else, you just read where I read this contract. When I send in this 25%, which they want, let me be upfront and honest with you, almost $5,400, I don't get my money back. So keep that in mind when you're asking me for your money back. So make sure that that date's good for you, that you can attend, because there is no refunds unless you did not get off the wait list. Then I will refund your money 100%. If you are not able to attend because you were on a wait list, I will refund your money 100%. If you get on the list and then in December something comes up and you can't go, your money is non-refundable. Keep that in mind, because when I send them my money, it's non-refundable. Okay, so keep that in mind. Make sure that this date is good for you. Minnie is saying she's trying to come because my birthday is doing that week. Yay. That's getting closer to my birthday. I may have to end up just changing retreat to my birthday, huh? Celebrate my own birthday. Let's do black shirts with gray writing. Laughing out loud. Yeah, right. You know, I used to not like black and gray, but I actually have a fondness for it now. It's not as bad as it used to be for me. So I can almost do that. Dorothy is asking, what is a Jack and Jill room? A Jack and Jill room is a room that has a shared bathroom, but you have a separate sleeping area. So it has a shared bathroom, but you have separate sleeping areas. So you have 2 doors entering the bathroom from each room side. And Darcy says one of the pillowcases had glow-in-the-dark fabric. Yeah, I remember that. The bright green with the orange can light up the room if the power goes out. That's what Sandy says. We don't want that one again. Sharon Lewis is here. Hey, Sharon. She said her rent is paid. She's attending a convention? Is that what she's saying? I can't read it because of this big old heart. Okay. Yeah. So that's what she's doing. Girl, what you doing attending conventions? I thought you were like retired. So yeah. Trying to make sure I got everything on here. At first, when I first booked this, we were in the room downstairs, which I don't have a problem with. But we're now in the room upstairs, in the auditorium. So that's fine. The nice thing about the auditorium is it doesn't have poles. The nice thing about downstairs is that we don't have to go through the chapel and downstairs to go to the meals. We have further to walk for the meals. But, you know, you win and you lose no matter what you're doing. Oh, Sharon, that's cool. That's cool. So, yeah. Trying to figure out what else. I think I've covered everything, and we're about ready to get off of here. So if you got any questions, just let me know. I'm going to sit down, try to work out some of these numbers. Like I said, I got to figure out t-shirt cost and retreat cost, and because it's got stuff added in. And what else? It was something else. Oh, I'm waiting on the other retreat center to hear from their board president. So that's where the stall is on that. I guess I'll give till next week to see if I hear anything from the president on the board for Palatine Renewal Center. Then if I don't hear anything at that point, if you are on the list for, I'm going to wait until like, I'm going to wait before I start doing the reimbursement that I got. I'm going to wait and remember that's by 41 people. Well, whatever number it is that I end up with, it's not many that said they didn't want a refund. So, it'll be divided by that number, whatever that is. And then I'm going to, if you're on retreat list for 2026, I'm just going to credit that in so that I don't have to do a refund. And then the other people, I'll figure out how you paid and try to give you a refund the same way that you paid. But just know that it's going to be delayed. But at least I'm letting you all know that I heard from them. It was not, I did sit down and read it to Kevin because I just wanted somebody else to, you know, I'm a no nonsense type person, and I have to like run things by somebody else to make sure that I'm not being extreme, because I make quick decisions. I'm a quick thinker, but I'm usually right on task. And if Kevin's agreeing with me, it must have been really bad. So, yeah. Because Kevin's normally like I'm telling him I'm not going to fight it. And he goes, I think you should. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, I don't care. And then the more I sat with it from yesterday, I'm like, okay, I got up this morning and decided, okay, I'm going to try to contact the board. If I hear from her, I'll fight it. If I don't hear from her, I'm just going to let it go because I don't know where else to go. If the board's not responding, I don't know where else to go. That means that's how the facility is ran. So I'm not going to waste my time. Oh my God. Sharon, there's over 30,000 people registered at the sorority convention. Hi, Rhonda Barlow. I'm going to be sending out retreat information tomorrow, so be on the lookout for it. Hopefully everybody is on the Teaquilts news at yahoo.com list. I really don't have time to put you on there and send stuff out because I know what y'all will do. Everybody's going to start sending me emails saying, can you add me to the list? If you don't get it on the list, make sure that you are a subscriber in the Facebook group, Teaquilts LLC. Answer those 4 questions. One of the questions is, how did you find out about this group? Go, I want to go to retreat. And then I'll know that you saw this video. And make sure that that's one of the answers to your questions. And then I'll let you in immediately. Otherwise, I got to go investigate to make sure you're not a spammer. So that's going to be out. People from 2022, 2024, I'm going to reiterate, has first dibs because it's a even year retreat. And that's why I added the odd year retreats. So we're now retreating every year. But if you still want to come and you don't qualify because you didn't come in 2022 or 2024, you still want to send your money in. It's going to be $250 minimum deposit because I've got to send $5,400 to somebody. And even if I get, let's calculate that so you all can know. Trying to be upfront because I'm still using my money to book this facility. So if I do 34 times 250, now this one is right. So 32 times, so that's 8,500. So, but also remember that I've got shirts in that, and I also got sewing machine rentals, and my sister is included in that. So this time it will be enough to cover the retreat center. Normally it isn't, but I just want to keep you all on track. And then again, if you register, pay your money for the first deposit, and the reason why it's not $100 sign up fee like it normally is, we're beyond that because they were late getting us the information. Normally you would have done that last year, paid $100, and then you start making your payments July, August, September, October, or so forth. We're beyond the $100 sign up fee. There is no $100 sign up fee. You're making your monthly payments of $250. That's why I try to tell people always to save your money, have your money ready for a retreat, because this time it's just coming up fast, because I need your money paid so that I can pay this facility, and then also so that I can schedule the bus tour. I need to get all of that so that we have a driver. We have something that's different. Most people don't go quilt shop hopping and go from 5 a.m. abouts to 7 p.m. abouts. And so we have to make sure that we have a driver that's willing to do that. And so I want to make sure they know that well in advance that they need to have that driver. So that's why you need your money paid. And they also, I have to pay the center in December. I have to have all the money paid in December. Okay. So yeah, I want to make sure I have all of your money so that I can pay all the other bills. And then I also got to order t-shirts as well. Okay. So that's going to be it, guys. I will see you all Saturday. Hopefully sewing on something. I've just got this machine just sitting here collecting air. It's breathing, I guess, because I haven't sewed a thing on it. But hopefully I come back Saturday. I'll either sew, I don't know, one of my scrap projects that I'm working on. I got quite a few of those. Or I can be sewing swap blocks. The signature blocks that we swap at retreat, I try to get those done early. I tried to convince people all year to get those blocks done early. We lost power. A lot of people didn't have the blocks made because we lost power, because they were kind of waiting till the last minute. So I do encourage anybody that is coming to retreat and you're going to be swapping blocks to make sure that you get your blocks done early, your signature blocks. They're 4-inch finish, square and a square block. That's all it is. Light center. Batik fabrics only. Batik lights and batiks medium and darks around that. And then in the middle, you're putting your name, a minimum of your first and last name, your city, state. That's what you're putting in them. Okay? So let me make sure I read everybody's comments that I need to. Sorry, folks. Extra chores with chickens tonight. Keep Miss T in our thoughts and prayers. She's had lots of decisions to make. Yes. And I had y'all know, my friend did ask, are you still enjoying doing the Teaquilts retreats? And the answer is yes, because I'm not going to let a few bad apples spoil it for everybody else. So the answer is yes. So again, all the things going on at retreat, I'm a person that I never misdirect things that are a problem to somebody else that don't deserve it. So I feel like I do that very well. Hopefully. And so yes, I do still enjoy having retreats. So yeah. What is Remo telling Sharon? Apparently I'm not seeing all the comments again. So oh, maybe they're just talking about the 20 of our cousins are there. Okay. So yeah, so that's going to be it, guys. I will see you all Saturday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for 2-hour live sewing chat. I probably will have Jersey because there's a big line dance party in my area this weekend. My daughter might be going. So we'll see how that's going to work with Jersey here as well, okay? So I will see you all then. You all stay blessed. Be safe, everyone. Quilt out. Retreat information is coming out tomorrow. Bye.